Greetings, Temple Beth Shalom, Rabbi Boxt here. Once again, Parashat HaShavua, my Torah portion video of the week. Still in the book of Numbers, we are in Parashat Shalach Lecha, Numbers chapter 13, verse 1 through 15:41. And the breakdown of this Torah portion, the outline, section 1 is the scouts' expedition and report, fear and faithlessness. Moses chooses and instructs the scouts. The scouts reconnoiter Canaan, and the scouts give their report and evaluation. Section 2, the aftermath of the scouting expedition, the people's rebellion and divine retribution. The scouts discourage the people with their report. Joshua and Caleb contradict the report. God punishes the community for its lack of faith, and the people attempt a military expedition. And section 3, there's an insertion of a miscellany of laws. Sacrifices and their accompaniments, challah, offering of the first dough, inadvertent communal and individual wrongs, a case of willful Shabbat violation, and the law of tzitzit. So what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on Joshua and Caleb's response to the original report from 10 of the other 12 tribes, 12 scouts, because there was one scout per each of the 12 tribes. And then after that, we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about what the law of tzitzit is. So in order to talk about Joshua and Caleb's contradiction of the original report, we have to go to chapter 14, verse 6. In chapter 14, so I'm going to start with the beginning of chapter 14, so you can get a little bit of prep for the response from Joshua and Caleb. So chapter 14 begins, the whole community broke into loud cries, and the people wept that night. All the Israelites railed against Moses and Aaron. If only we had died in the land of Egypt, the whole community shouted at them. Or if only we might die in this wilderness. Why is Adonai taking us to that land to fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be carried off. It would be better for us to go back to Egypt. And they said to one another, let us head back to Egypt. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all of the assembled congregation of Israelites. And here it is. V'Yehoshua ben Nun v'Chelev ben Yefuneh min hatarim et haaretz kara'u bigdehem. And Joshua, son of Nun, and Caleb, son of Yefuneh, of those who had scouted the land, rent their clothes and exhorted the whole Israelite community. And they said, Vayomru el kol adat b'nei Yisrael lemor, haaretz asher avarnuva, latur ota, tova haaretz me'od me'od. The land that we traversed and scouted is an exceedingly good land. If God is pleased with us, God will bring us into that land, a land that flows with milk and honey, and give it to us. Only you must not rebel against God. Have no fear then of the people of the country, for they are our prey. Their protection has departed from them. But Adonai is with us. Have no fear of them. So clearly we see Joshua and Caleb, of the 12 scouts, Joshua and Caleb are the only two that are coming back and saying, whoa, hang on. We're with God. God will take care of us. And because of that, they are the only two of the 12 spies that actually is allowed to go into the promised land. So now we're going to scoot over to chapter 15, verse 37, and we're going to hear about the laws of tzitzit. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael, va'amarta alehem, va'asu lahem, tzitzit al kanfei vigdehem ledorotam, v'natnu al tzitzit hakanaf petil techelet. This is chapter 15 of Numbers, verse 37. Adonai said to Moses as follows, speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them. so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. Thus you shall be reminded to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lihiyot lachem lelohim, ani Adonai Elohechem. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I, your God, Adonai. So we have this mitzvah here to wear the tzitzit, the fringes, as a constant reminder to us of God's presence in our lives, of God's saving us from slavery in Egypt, and of all of our responsibilities as part of that covenant with God. Pretty important. With that I say, Shabbat Shalom. See you next time.